Wow, living in Star, Idaho versus living in, say, California? Huh, let's get into that. Hey everybody, Dave Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave here, your great agent by your side when it comes time to buy a home, sell a home, or even relocate here to the Treasure Valley like Dennis did. So Dennis came up from California and he really didn't know where he was going to go. You'll find out in this interview that he was actually put an offer in and got accepted on a different house in a different state. But then at the last minute, it worked out that Idaho was calling him home. So let's get in to see what Dennis talked about, and we'll talk to you right after this. Dennis, thanks for arranging me to meet Casey and have this great little conversation with her and learn more about the Star Country Cafe. What is it that you said that this is like the first place that you came when you came to Star?
Yes, it was.
What was it that attracted you to come over here?
I had actually, in talking to people, I had heard that this place has the best biscuits and gravy in the valley. So I said, "Oh, that's my breakfast. It's biscuits and gravy." So I had to come over here and check it out. And as soon as I walked in the door here, I was like, "Oh, this is perfect. This is small town America." Because, I come from the Bay Area, right, and there are pockets in the Bay Area that kind of mimic small town, but they've all outgrown it.
Right.
Even the areas around the Russian River, they're crowded now. And this place just said home to me. I just really liked it here. So I came up here in April of last year. I had started looking for where I wanted to live because I was going to retire.
And so you were in the Bay Area?
I was in the Bay Area. It's up in Sonoma County in the Santa Rosa area.
So what would make you want to leave that? I mean, that's paradise, isn't it?
It was 20 years ago. I'd been up in the Santa Rosa area for about 33 years or so, and I watched the change, and the change really started to happen probably around 2003, 2004. And it's kind of like going down a slide where it gradually picked up speed, and the change over the course of the next 20 years just escalated. And I got tired of the traffic. I got tired of the politics. I got tired of the homeless situation. I got tired of how the graffiti situation, all of the things that I didn't see the first 50 years of my life there. And when I got up here, I started to look around, and I specifically looked for graffiti and homeless and all that. I didn't see any of it. I still haven't seen, I've been here a year now, and I still haven't seen any of that. So it was completely refreshing to come up here and see this place the way the Bay Area looked when I was a kid growing up. So
is it a look? Is it the way people interact? I've talked to other people that have come from California, and they say, just keep your eye down, don't make eye contact with anybody,
right.
Just stay in your bubble.
Right.
But there's a lot of good people in California.
There are. Unfortunately, it only takes one or two or three to ruin it for the rest. There are a lot of good people. I worked with a lot of great people in California, and it got to the point now where the few that spoiled it for everyone else. So I chose, when I retired, to move out. So I looked for 2 years around the United States to see where I wanted to live. And it narrowed down to basically this area up here, the Coeur d'Alene area, too much snow, and Tennessee. And I almost moved to Tennessee, and I actually went into the process of buying a house in Tennessee and then backed out. I didn't want to move across the country. It was too big a move for me.
Okay.
So I came up here, and I think I made the perfect choice. This is everything I really was looking for. Anyway, so I looked around at probably between 30 and 40 different states to see, there's weather, there is things to do, there's natural disasters, all of that. This area is kind of devoid of natural disasters, for one.
Okay.
Everyone says, oh, fires, but the fires are if there is a fire here, it's in the hills way away, whereas in California, the fires were in my backyard.
Right.
So it made more sense for me to move here than any of those other areas.
So you survived the recent hurricane.
Survived the recent hurricane. Yeah, I did survive the recent. So the little wind events. You get a little bit of snow. Everyone said, oh, it's snow and it's cold and all of that. This is not snow. My family was up in Tahoe. I saw snow. You get drifts 12 feet high. Here you get a foot high. It's completely different. The people are friendlier. They really are. I've made so many friends since being up here, because I actually moved up here knowing nobody.
All you had was you and your cat.
Me, my cat, and my real estate agent. Right?
That's true.
Between you and Maureen, you guys have made me feel welcome. And you not only were there during the whole time that I was looking for a house, you've been there since I moved up here. It's not like I moved up here and you said, we're done.
Right.
You guys have been there every step of the way. If I need something, you're right there to help me out. So I love it here. I think I made the right choice for me. And I highly recommend anybody interested in moving to Idaho take a look at the Treasure Valley. I love it in the Treasure Valley.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So I know that you're all by yourself up here, but you have been doing things to get engaged with the community.
Right. I joined a church.
Thanks.
I joined a church. I joined the Lions Club.
Sweet.
I hang out here
Appreciate that.
with friends that I've made here.
Like Trey?
Like Trey.
Nice.
Yep. So it's been a welcoming experience. I go to everybody at the grocery store says hi. You'll walk down the aisle in the grocery store and people pass you by and they say hi. I drive in my neighborhood and all my neighbors that are out in front, they wave, right?
With all their fingers.
With all of their fingers. I moved in to a brand new housing tract here. I bought a Hubble home, is what I purchased here. By the way, I purchased it sight unseen, just from the videos that you and Maureen did to show me what my home was like, what the area was like.
So the thought of that sounds pretty scary. But did the house you ended up getting, did it match the videos and the image that you made from watching the videos?
Yeah, and what I thought was more important than the house, although that was important, was the videos of the surrounding area, because when you're in your house, you're surrounded by walls, but when you're out and about, what the neighborhood looks like. I love the fact that I've got hills behind me, that I'm only 3 minutes from this restaurant, from my house, and I'm only 15 minutes from Eagle, Meridian, and 20 minutes from Boise. Not to mention Nampa. Star is kind of centrally located. And then I go over the hills, and then I'm more into the country. Right. I drive through cow pastures and cornfields to get to my house. I don't drive through high rises and mazes of traffic.
Right.
It's the hometown feeling that you get here,
So
the small town feeling.
When I go on the internet and I hear that Idaho's full, there's too many people.
Right. So the Bay Area has got somewhere between 7 and 9 million people in it. Just the Bay Area, million people. Idaho has about 1.8 for the entire state. So it's not crowded. It's more crowded than it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. but compared to where I came from, it's not at all crowded. No. Yeah, there is a little bit of there's growing pains. I mean, I have to deal with construction, okay, but that's never been a problem for me. It's just I got to wait for a flag man. That's about it.
Speaking of growing pains, we recently talked with the mayor,
Yes.
and he was from that I get that he's very proactive, trying to stay in front of any problems that might crop up because of the more population.
Right. The mayor, and actually everybody here at the city is very conscious of making sure that the city doesn't outgrow itself, grow too fast. And everything is planned and everything is thought about, even down to, like you mentioned with Casey, the traffic lights, right? We don't want traffic lights on every corner, right? We want traffic to flow. We want people to be able to get to work in a matter of minutes, not hours like the Bay Area. Once again, I commuted for 2 hours at one point in time each way.
And that was normal.
And that was an everyday thing. Yeah, it's a lot different here. When people complain about their commute here, it may be 3 minutes more than it used to be a week ago or whatever, a year ago. But commutes here are nothing. Even when it snows, you would think, but that would cause problems. But people up here know how to drive in the snow, and that's one of the things I remember. You did a video when I was looking to move up here on how to drive in the snow, right? Which is basically just drive slow.
Sweet.
And it's Denver this way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna need utensils.
Okay, yeah.
So, which is
I just have to run one more thing, and then I'll be right there.
Nice.
All right. Is there anything else I can get you guys?
Nope. This one's for me.
All right. Awesome.
Nice. Here, I'll keep that way away from you.
so. The secret to driving in the snow is don't drive fast.
That's right.
Leave space between you and the car in front of you. Know where you're going before you get there.
So I have some other people that moved up from a dry place. It was Arizona. And after their experience here, he said what helped him drive in the snow was drive like a granny.
Right.
And he does that. He's absolutely fine.
Yeah. Exactly. Don't drive fast. Don't when you approach a stop sign, start stopping twice as far away as you normally would.
Right.
And just gradually come up to it. It's those sudden stops and turns that get you.
You have a four-wheel drive truck. How often do you put it in four-wheel drive? Do you find that you need four-wheel drive to get around?
No, I really don't. For the most part, I bought really good all-terrain tires. I have put it in four-wheel drive once this year, and that was because the snow had piled up in front of my driveway. So I had to get over that. I just put it in four-wheel drive. I probably didn't need to, but I just did. Got over that, and then I was back in two-wheel drive and was fine.
I heard we had a record amount of snow for that month.
Did we? Yeah, I had probably, at the height of the snow, a foot to a foot and a half in my front yard. And it lasted less than a week. Most of the time, when it snows in my front yard, it's gone by noon.
Well, that's pretty handy because then you don't have to scoop.
And then Maureen recommended that I buy a south-facing house so that when the sun comes up in the morning, it starts to melt the snow. My neighbors across the street, their snow doesn't melt until the afternoon. Mine melts in the morning.
So that's one of those little things that you might not think about when you're buying a house in June.
Right.
But come December, that's kind of important.
Come January, it's really important.
So the process of buying a house sight unseen.
Without ever stepping foot in Star.
Yeah.
I didn't arrive in Star until after I'd already bought the house. And I got to see my house being built because I got up here and I got a short-term rental. So I rented my house, my rental house, for 5 months and waited until, well, I didn't really wait. I started to come up to Star as it was being built and took photographs every day and watched my house being built from the ground up. And that's when I first discovered the Star Country Cafe. Was during my trips up here.
Now, Maureen, didn't she do construction update videos every once in a while?
She
for
did.
you?
She did. Yep. I got those once a week.
Ah,
Yep.
and show you the progress and let you have a real feel for the process, even though you're not here.
Right. Yeah. Which, if I was still out of state, that would have been perfect. But I was the type of person that came up every day and watched the guys pounding the nails and pouring the cement and all the rest of that.
So now, one nice thing about Idaho, say over Tennessee, is that you're still within a reasonable distance to drive back. Or when you drove up here, or maybe you have friends or family that go back and see. And
Yeah. It's about an 11-hour drive. So I came up in 2 days. I left in the afternoon, about 2 in the afternoon, and arrived in Reno, stayed overnight in Reno, got up the next morning, left Reno about 9 or 10 in the morning, and got up here about 3 in the afternoon.
wow, this has been a great meal, Dennis.
Yeah, look at the size of that thing.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I can step up to the challenge.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I appreciate you putting this together and having me meet Casey and tell us a little bit about your experience. Do you have any, I don't know, words of wisdom, words of hope for someone watching this that are wondering, can I buy a house sight unseen? Can I move to a different state? Are people going to be friendly? Are they going to be haters? Or so I think you're.
It worked for me.
It sure did.
Yeah, pretty, I retired in February, sold my house in California in March, bought my house here, and moved here in April. So it was kind of a boom, boom, boom. Moved up here. Oh, and also during that time period found a short-term rental up here. Hired the moving company, which is Valley Custom Movers, I believe is the name. They were fantastic. They helped me move up here, and then when my house was finished and I needed to move from my rental to my new home, they moved me again.
Wow.
Yeah. So I called them up, told them, what I told them. I said, everything in the garage is where you left it, and they had me moved in about 4 hours the second time. So it was quite the experience.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And not a bad experience. I mean, there's a lot of stress involved.
Oh yes, a lot of stress, and most of the stress that I encountered was the stress involved in getting my house that I had lived in for over 30 years ready to sell. Getting rid of all of the stuff that I had accumulated over the years that I didn't need. Emptying out the garage, emptying out the closets, all the rest of that. So a lot involved in that. The actual move, having the movers come out, load up the truck, and head for Beverly Hills, no, I'm just kidding, and move up here was actually almost a relief.
Oh, nice.
I can tell you, driving into Meridian was a relief. I was like, oh, I'm here. Yeah. And then once I got here, meeting you and Maureen for the first time, because prior to that, it all been on via the phone and the YouTube videos and phone conversations. That was a really nice experience, getting to know you guys in person. So, and I can tell you this, you're the same in person as you come across on your YouTube videos. Yeah.
And Maureen, too.
And Maureen, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
She's just She's just a great person.
Yeah, I'll share a secret with you. So I originally saw your videos online because I'm a researcher. I researched this area for months before making the decision. And so I watched a lot of YouTube videos. And there's a lot of YouTube videos from realtors up here. I watched all of them, and there is something about your videos that said, this is the guy for me. If you ask me what it was, I don't really know. But I'm a great read of people. At least I consider myself a good read of people. And I said, no, these are the people for me, or this is the person for me. And then when we started looking, you said, I'm going to have one of my associates work with you, and that was Maureen. And I thought, like, how come you're not handling me? Put me over to Maureen. That turned out to be wonderful. Maureen, as wonderful and great as it was working with you, for some reason, Maureen and I just clicked. She's what kept me sane.
Right.
She talked to me almost every day. How you doing? What's going on? She helped me find people to help me move back at my house. She found people that came in and helped me pack up.
Back in California.
Pack up all of my stuff. She found those people for me.
Right.
My local realtors there didn't. Maureen did from here. So she was there to keep me sane.
And it worked.
Yeah, I'm probably more sane now than I was before. But yeah, it worked. It kept me from basically saying I can't do this. I can't do this move. There's too much pressure. But she was there going, you can do this, and she proved to be right. I could do it. So anyway, kudos to Maureen. I'm glad that she was the person that you assigned to me.
Sure.
Yep.
Thanks.
Dennis, this has been great. Thanks for letting us into your life for a little bit and bringing us out here. And I'm looking forward to doing some more of these tours with you.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely up for it. Yeah, we got to do a car show or two.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to see Dennis do? Leave your ideas in the comments.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dennis.
All right. That's a wrap.
So what'd you think? Dennis has got a great story. He went through a lot, and he's got peace now. Peace in Star, Idaho. Peace in a great house. Peace in great neighbors. And that can be you. If you're thinking that, hey, you know what? I want a better place to live. Check out the Treasure Valley. Be glad to help you with that. And maybe you're already living in the Treasure Valley, but not in Star, and you want to check out what Star is all about. Check out this whole series. Download our magazine, Living in Star. I put it together just for you. You can get it for free. Check out this website. Also, it's snowing. Why is that? Well, because we're talking about Dennis, and Dennis is so chill, he made it snow. That's pretty cool. Anyway, hey guys, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for sticking around. Hey, thanks for stopping in and learning more about real estate in Nampa, Idaho and the Treasure Valley. If you'd like to learn more, watch this video here next or binge on this playlist. When it comes time to sell a home, buy a home, or even relocate to the Treasure Valley, your Treasure Valley Dave team is your real estate expert by your side, helping you get home.